That's interesting. Paper seems okay. The overflow for sticks still is not full. Yep, just what I suspected. My redstone is broken. I mean, I guess I'm not totally surprised that my redstone failed. But what's going on here? We've got... So a sticky piston retracted and then didn't pull the slime blocks, which means I've got to figure out how to move this. Little bamboo parkour. If I place this back here, like this so, and then I think I just power the top of this. Oh yeah, perfect. I'm not gonna say I'm a professional redstoner, but yeah. All right, the tickers are ticking, which means this thing should be crafting. Should be crafting stuff. What are you crafting? This is crafting blocks. And this guy's crafting sticks, which looks like everything's good to go. That's our overflow. You know what? Let's go ahead and just pump some of this overflow into this guy and manually make it make... Here we go. Let's jack this up a little bit. Sticks are going by. Okay, it's back to working. I noticed that this silo wasn't full, and it's attached to this silo when it overflows, because I can't open that top box. Apparently the machine's been off, and I don't know for how long, but we're gonna have to come back and fix that. I wonder if it's a de-render issue from working on the Among Us game. I'm not really sure, but anyways, hello there. My name's K-Hug. You can call me Kyler, and welcome back to CraftWorks. It's a big day today. I got a lot to show you guys, and a lot of things we've done, a lot of advancements, and a ton of progress on the Among Us game itself. Now, around here, not much has been done. I've added in some bushes and some grass, and I really think lining the bushes and grass along these paths just adds a little bit of extra nature that we needed. This was all barren. I had to hand plant grass and then bone meal it to get it to grow. So every single one of these blades of grass, we gotta be careful we don't punch, has been hand placed. And, you know, it may not, it really honestly doesn't make that big of a difference if you hadn't been here before, but mind you, this was a lot of work to hand plant all these pieces of grass. In particular, in places that they make sense too, you know, along next to the taller bushes and along the bases of the trees and along the edges of the pathwork. And now I've left out a few places, like right in here, because we're going to build a building here today. That's what we're going to do today. But first, I have a huge progress update for the Among Us game, or CraftUs, whatever we're calling it. So let's go on a little adventure over there and check out what I've done. All right, well, we're entering into the lobby of the game now, and there's nothing really different here other than the grass on top. Out here, I began to put the top on this so we can cover it up from an aerial perspective. And this is what we had about a week ago, last time I was on the server, and I have been super busy since then. So let's give it a little bit of an update. And voila, go on there. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? We've added so much, and I think we're about 90% done with the terrain. I got the box all the way around, the grass planted all the way around, and a majority of the wall, the perimeter, which kind of goes a squiggly line around the outside here. And now we're just doing all the terraforming bits to bring it all together, and I've got a little bit of work to do in this general area, plus a couple buildings and, of course, all of the mini games. But let's go ahead and head out here on the observation deck, which will get modified based on the terrain that we've done here. And here we go. I'm not sure if I had the balloons last time, but there's the balloons. These are something that happened on one of the CraftWorks charity streams. A Million Team made these, and I went ahead and brought one of these over from Spawnville and just duplicated that. We got E's boxcar, upside down boxcar there. We added in some train tunnels, which aren't quite finished. I got to get some stained glass. I've done some fixing of the game of Duck Hunter over in this general area, right? Oh, I missed the rooftop. That's fine. This is Duck Hunter. This is our first official game in the Among Us game, the CraftUs game network. And that is, well, Duck Hunter, shooting these target blocks till you get all of them turned on, and then you push the button to submit. They all turn back off, and you've achieved the goal of doing this hunter game. And I love this geode in the wall there. I think that is such a nice little touch. But that's this side. I've still got to finish the cafe and some other things. I think we'll put some crops out here to kind of match Feather's farm. Everything over here is as was, or as was be. And now we'll head over to the other side for the updates. And that's the train tunnel. So when I first made this concept in a creative world, where I first mocked up the design for this game, again, it is probably 80% new. I think I changed 80% of the stuff. There was one train tunnel coming out up here and a train station kind of right in this area, but I wanted to make some modifications. Didn't want to do exactly what we did before, so I doubled it down. We have the train tunnel over here that I had in the original mock-up. It's in a little different position, but I think we're going to try to figure out how to squeak a little train station up in this area. Maybe we'll have to get rid of some of our light blocks for now, but I've yeah, lots and lots of block placing to build these giant walls. And actually, funnily enough, after digging out this entire hole, I'm out of smooth stone. I'm out of smooth stone, which means we're gonna have to go dig some smooth stone somewhere. I guess it's time for me to get back into mining, I suppose. But for the time being, we're gonna stick with what we got here, and we'll look into finishing up the, prettying these things up later. Now, the missing piece here is something new that I want to add, and I want to add some sort of mine underneath here, like a little mine you got to go into to get coal or whatever to stoke the train engine. That's one of the tasks you're going to do. Is you're going to go in there, you're going to get some coal, you're going to bring it up, and you're going to deposit it into the train engine, and it's going to, it's going to take off in that direction. It's not really going to move anywhere, but that's the gist of that task. And so we've got to create a custom mine shaft down here, and then some sort of dispensing thing to get coal, or however we're going to do that. Well, we'll figure that out in a later time. But this is the progress I've made. Now let's go ahead and detach here. Let me show you some of this in free cam. If I zoom way out, oh, holy sunlight. We've got this. This was a void, and I can take you down beneath here. All of this was overdug on accident because of, well, my oopsies. But we've covered it up, and this is why all the smooth stone got used. I probably should use the cobblestone. We have tons of cobblestone left, but I wanted to make sure there was a barrier here. Just because if somebody were to break a glass block, I didn't want them to fall down in here. So we got doubled up. We doubled up everything. I've kind of terrained back, or graded this into the original terrain and made it a nice flowing hillside. Now, this wall is too high all the way around, so no mobs. It was too high all the way around. No mobs should be able to get down in here and bother us. But yeah, this is, so far, the Among Us, or the CraftUs game map. Now, evidently, there's a ton left. There's a missing block. What? I don't know how I did that. So yeah, we've got a ton left to do. That's going to come at a later live streams and or another episode. But again, I wanted to take a step back from all of this work that I've been doing and do something a little closer to home. We got to get back to the village, back to the settlement over the hill over there, and build that new building. Now, I don't have any ideas. I haven't started anything. I haven't. Thank you, Cube, for sleeping. Appreciate you. I haven't. Oh, I thought I saw a creeper. Just one of the bushes I planted. I haven't decided what this building's gonna look like, so we're gonna rough this one in by hand together. It might be a painful process. Lots of building and destruction to get it right, but I think we can handle that. Now, the last thing to note is we have a little bit of terraforming to do. I think I'm going to bring the grass up and over and down just a little bit, and then block it off. Obviously, there's this weird path, and I guess I haven't even discussed what this is about. This path behind everything that I've got nice and green all the way around is where the imposter is going to be able to maneuver outside of the map and reposition on things. Now, there's going to be little holes every once in a while through the wall, and maybe we will walk far enough where we'll see one of those. But yeah, the imposter will be able to navigate behind closed doors where nobody can see him. Now, that is something that people can pick up on if somebody's missing from the map. But if we make our way down here, I believe the back side of the barn is going to be one of the first imposter entrances. Now, we got to be careful because there is some bits. If you're the imposter and you're running along this edge and you jump, somebody could technically see you, but they shouldn't be able to 99% of the time. There's just a few holes here and there that might cause problems. Now, this is one of them secret passageways that I was talking about. Now, I will do some sort of door function here that the players are just going to have to avoid, but the imposter can walk through. I was thinking about going and getting a chunk rendered, filling it full of black concrete, just having black void picture frames here, and the imposters are allowed to walk through, but the crafters are not. So that's my plan for there. But yes, we've got one more thing I need to do before we get started on this new build, and that is something that you guys out there in the CraftWorks community made me privy to. You enlightened me that, well, all these mushroom blocks that I've been trying to get rid of actually have a function. So let's grab some of those and let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the problem. I've just oversaturated in bone blocks. Nobody wants them. Mushroom blocks, my bad. Nobody wants them, nor do I. They're garbage. I was going to throw them away. But thankfully, I've added in a new addition to our mushroom farm. And if we head on back here into the bowels of this thing, into the bits, into the redstone bits, if we make our way over here, we've got an overflow now. So all of the, thankfully the way hoppers work is they prioritize down. So this guy should fill up, which it has. Lane's been over here a whole bunch. The second one will fill up, the third one will fill up, and then it'll overflow into this chest, which is just a bone meal converter, and we can get plenty of bone meal, which is useful because we can put it back into the machine, which is around this hopper line, and that's how, ignore that. And that is how, where did that go? Oh, whew. And that is how the mushroom farm is fed. Now you can see that it's only got, actually it's just about out, so this is the perfect time to use this. So let's dig a few of these blocks out real quick. Just kind of wick our way. Hey, we're getting some smooth stone. This is actually, we're benefiting twice here. If we just break a few of these guys out, we get ourselves in a good position here. I'm going to put this back. I'm going to throw 2 hoppers on here, and we're just going to let this thing run while we get some other things done. So we place one here, and one here. And perfect. That is feeding our system here, and that will give us a bunch more bone meal to put back into our system. This is perfect. Thank you guys for commenting and, oh, don't block that, and letting me know how dumb I am. Now, this is a moment for me to be completely transparent and honest with y'all. I forgot to hit the record button. Now, what I did do was started the flashback recording, so at least we have the visual reference of the building that I did. So, sit back, enjoy this little hodgepodge time-lapse of us building our lakeside cottage, and then we'll do a little unveiling. All right, are we all ready for the grand reveal of our brand new little lakeside cottage? Here it is, and I really love the aesthetic here. And now you may be wondering, well, K-Hug, it's different than anything else you've built in the dystopian settlement so far, and well, you'd be right, it definitely is. Now, hold on. We've got a place for this, and this is our little skiff, a little skiff holder here. Place that right up on there. Just like that. Perfect. All right, so this is it. This is our little lake house cabin thing. Now, candidly, this is something that I probably should have started this little area for, because in my mind, the story behind this little cottage is, well, it's the very first thing that would have been here. This would have been, we made landfall in our little raft, and we built up a little cabin out of the soggy and kind of distressed wood, maybe floating out here in the swampy, murky Tiger River basin. But yeah, this is pretty much what I had in mind, and it is very, very individualistic compared to our dystopian style builds, but it still has some of those features. It's got the overgrowth of the green moss and the lichen, and the little grassy bits and the rooftop, if you can kind of see right up on there, has some moss growing and some grass, and it's really kind of overgrown by our existing tree here, which I love. I had to take out a few leaves here and there, as you saw, to get this thing to fit, but I think that's, the roof is being grown around by the stems of the tree, or the trunk of the tree too. I just love this build. And now we've got a couple small details that I want to get done real quick before we can consider this thing final. And those are some of the interior bits. We got a nice cozy little interior. I used some of the books from our home, or the original place, the little loft area. That's what that Millie built over there. So yeah, we've got a bookshelf I want to add in here. I think just popping a bookshelf in there like that will look good. Thinking about maybe putting a pot and a tree, just for a little bit of greenery along the fireplace. And then I've got a couple saddles here, and I'd like to, at least this one. How do I do this? We have the seats mod. How do I make you a seat? Ah, perfect. Now we can sit down and enjoy a good book next to the open fireplace in our little log cabin. I really, really, really love this build, and I'm not one for interiors, and I don't think I did half bad. We've got the soggy kind of overgrown roof, kind of shows on the inside as well. These big windows to look out over the river here. Oh, maybe we shouldn't. Oh, well, yep, that's a thing. And then, yeah, we got a couple extra windows here. I really like this. I think this built a lot. The other thing I want to do real quick is a backpack there, a little backpack head there. I'm going to throw another seat. That's not a seat. Hold on. Another seat right out front so we can sit on the stoop and hang out here and wait for passerbys to come through. But yes, I do indeed love this build. It's got everything you need. It's got all these barrels. We can stand out here. We can cast a line. We can enjoy the sunset and the sunrise enjoy the views of the backside of the bamboo and donkey barn, and just, oh, but yeah. No, this should have been the first thing that we built when we joined CraftWorks. When we made our way out here to Vitaiga, we brought our wagon out here. Probably should have been the first thing we did, but regardless, it's done, and I really do love it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Now that we've finished our little cabin, there's one thing that I did notice that we have not been paying any attention to in honestly quite some time, and we're going to head over to the bamboo barn real quick and see what our profits look like, or how much we've gotten over time. I'm hoping that this hopper over here is completely full. Make our way in here. We should have, yeah, we even have an entire shulker full. What I want to do real quick is, oh wow, is this overflowing? Wait, how is that? Oh, there's more flowing in just that fast right now currently. That's amazing. What I want to do is take this, and we need to go get another shulker real quick full of the spruce from digging out the CraftUs, or the Among Us arena area. Full of spruce, and we're going to head back over to Cube's Timber Time and see if we've made any profit off of all of that delicious wood that we set aside. Okay, now I've created a giant shulker monster here, but all of these I've officially emptied out, which means we should be able to fill this full. Ooh, we don't even have many logs left. I've used a ton of these for bookshelves and chests and barrels and all sorts of goodies. So we're going to need to get a few more spruce logs. I think we've got some over in our log shop, our wood shop over in the settlement. So yeah, I don't think I have any. This is my box of smooth stone. We've used every bit of smooth stone in this giant landscape. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but this is a ton. Since I made this too thick, like I said before, all of this is lined with smooth stone and then grass over the top to cover it up, just to give it a little bit of a defensive barrier in case a creeper explodes or something. We don't just have a bunch of holes everywhere. But I've really, I I thought I overestimated the amount of smooth stone that we needed. I think we grossly underestimated it because I still have a ton of this to build, including this mine shaft in here, which I would like to lay out here in the near future. So we're going to have to go get some more smooth stone as well. But let's not get too distracted. Let us maybe double check. Is there any more spruce? There's not. Okay, I'm going to take the rest of the spruce I got. Let's fly back over the top. Careful. Careful. Perfect. Let's fly back over the top, head to our wood shop, and hopefully we should have a few more, that's bamboo, a few more spruce logs up here. I think we just kind of skill and yeah, not a door, but it's a door now. Yeah, okay. Just as I thought, we cleared out enough trees creating the dystopian settlement here that we've just got a smorgasbord. Oh, we're gonna actually, ooh, we might be out of spruce. I might officially have ran myself out of spruce, which is crazy. This whole box was full. There was a double chest we used over at the CraftUs game. I'm growing increasingly more concerned about our wood consumption. I hope that we have enough to finish up the rest of the game. It shouldn't be too much more details-wise. We've got some barrels and chests and other things to do, but I think a majority of the build is done. The only thing that may take more wood is the mine shaft that we build. I'm gonna go with like the original Minecraft mine shaft. We'll do a little oak. Maybe we'll make it out of spruce, but we'll just do a little dungeon looking guy. So let's head on over to Spawnville and let's go check out Timber Time. Oh yeah, Cube made a parkour. Here we go. And nice. Okay, so we had bamboo and spruce. What do we, 50-50 here. What do we think probably made us more money? Let me try whoa. Oh my God, this is not what I expected. Kind of a problem. Oh, no, that's a problem. I didn't expect to throw away all of our spruce just like this. I kind of thought there would be, oh boy. Okay, well that's good. Profits are good. I guess I shouldn't complain too much. And maybe we could buy some other woods while we're here. We just don't have enough. Oh, people like bamboo too. We don't really have a ton of the extra variants of wood, so this might be a really good time to just spend some of the money that we just made and pick up some more guys. Hold on, I'm gonna readjust this. This bothers me. There we go. So while I'm standing here looking at things, oh baby, there's a bunch of these guys. These, wow. This is my favorite wood. Do I buy the last one? I think we do it. I think we do it. We like spending our money around here. I don't use any of this gross stuff, this gross pink stuff. I do like some acacia. You know what? We're just going to stock up on a few of these guys. And then we'll head back. Oak, something we don't have a lot of. Beautiful. You know what? We're going to grab 6. And just because dark oak, who did this? Who is the crazy person who... Okay, we'll take 4 in a row, just like that. And that fills our inventory up. I think that's a good assortment of logs. I'm happy with that. I will use all of these, and I use all these all the time, so this will be the perfect setup. Okay, terrific. I don't think I've ever held so many diamonds at one time. Oh, hold on. We should probably, just in case. I don't have many of these to go around, so let's just put these in a safe spot. And we'll come back for those later when we need them. I'm actually kind of curious to what this new building is. It's very beautiful. I love this building. It's a really cool architecture. It looks like just a smithing area. Yeah, okay, it's just like a giant furnace and some anvils, like an old blacksmith's tavern thing. I'm gonna peek. Nothing. Okay, good. Yeah, let's head on. Actually, there's one more place that we need to stop, and we haven't been here in a long time, but the old copper hopper needs a little attention. I don't know if, transparently, it may be empty. It may be, we may be completely out of copper. I haven't looked at this in so long. I've been neglecting it. Is there any like warning signs that things are out? Has anybody been complaining? It doesn't appear so. Let's head downstairs and see if there's anything at all left. I'm actually super concerned if there's anything in... Okay. Oh, there's actually plenty left. I really thought these would be the ones that go first because these are, in my opinion, the most useful blocks. The green kind of ones, they go well with things. I don't think... And where these weathered ones... Uh-oh. No, that's the void blocks. Yeah, it looks like... Okay, it looks like we're doing fine. I'm not even going to keep going. I don't want to hurt my own feelings by finding a box that may or may not be empty. So I think we're just going to head down one more floor and see if there's any profits since Goose and I were last here. Now, we did check it not too long ago, and it's full of eggs again. But we made, I think we split it in half before, and I took my half to go buy things. So I've got another 13 diamonds to play with on gooses up to 30. And I'm going to throw these on the floor because I don't know where they keep coming from. I got to figure out, either somebody's buying with eggs in place of diamonds, or there's a chicken who's getting away with purchasing a lot of copper resources. Well, it sounds like our friendly, not so friendly visitor is still here. This guy's been here for months now, for literal IRL months. He's been standing here swinging at this thing. I'm really tempted to break this statue to see what happens if you'll leave me alone, but it's also kind of funny, so I'm going to leave it for the time being. I wanted to stop here because I wanted to see what we use to craft this guy. Okay, just a bunch of tuff, some trapdoors, a button. What is that? It's an iron. Is that an iron thing? Iron pressure plate? I think it is. 4 dispensers and a whole lot of yippee dust. Okay, so I want to replicate this. Oh, this is iron. Okay, I want to replicate this over in the settlement so we can get up and around things. Oh, and some extra wind charges. Perfect. I might take those. I don't have room. I'm not taking them. So I just wanted to get a glimpse of what that looked like. I guess it's a 3x3 that's hollow with the pressure plate. And that's pretty much it. And these loading chambers, which looks like somebody's been having their fun. Somebody's been using it because it's empty. If you fell in there now, it'd be pointless. Okay, we're going to have to go build another one and fill it up so we can use it back at the settlement. Now, I don't think do I have any bits? Some yellow. Yeah, I was just curious if we had any leftovers that we could use to build another one. There is actually all 3 colors of wool. I thought I heard something. All 3 colors of wool in here, but we don't, you know what? Here we go. Now we can take the 3 colors of wool. We'll need these to build our new helipad. We're actually going to need these carpets and this heavy-duty pressure plate. Perfect. Do we have dispensers? No. Oh, but I need a composter. Perfect. And I think that's pretty much it. We need 8 dispensers. I think 4 will do it. But we've got 9, so we're taking them. I love that. We're slowly depleting our resources over here. Actually, we have rods as well. You know what? I'll take a dozen. How many does a dozen get us? 48? That's not bad. Okay, okay. And tough. Do we have the tough to build the base out of? We do. We'll grab a stack of those and a stack of regular tough, and we'll grab some of these chisel guys. Okay, I think that'll do us over. We can go replicate this and maybe get some sleep. Well, this wasn't in the plan for today, but we're going to do it anyways because, well, I use a lot of rockets to jump up and fly over the top to the Among Us game. And frankly, I know it'll be a little bit of a pain to walk over here, but using this lift instead of wasting rockets like I do so frequently, I think it'll be much better. Now, I was originally going to put it right here where this green spot's at, but I do like the idea of this nice flat spot. And it'll kind of break up the building a little bit from the bleak barrenness of Oda and Zinc's spruce destruction around here. So yeah, I guess the first thing first is this is very simple. We got to decide where center's at. I'm just going to fly up. Yeah, I think center's probably 1 block behind me. If I just place that right there, and then now we have to get on to the building aspect of this. I'm going to waste a little bit of iron. Fear not, we have so much of it, doesn't matter. Some dispensers around the center like so. Wait. Do I want double dispensers? Oh shoot, I already forgot how to do this. What if I do... All right, let's take these out. Let's take this down. What if I stand here, dispenser, 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 and then that guy, and more dispensers on top. There we go. Just like this. Okay, perfect. And now the rest of it should be pretty self-explanatory. It's just the decorative outer bits. So let me go ahead and clean all of this up and we will be good to go. I will see you guys here in just one moment. Okay, it was simple. I threw it together quickly, but this is what I've come up with. Now, don't mind these 2 placeholder blocks. These are for future lamps for our little area here. But I got a nice little meandering path up here. I really wanted to use these trapdoors, and well, it made a really good transition to help get up these stairs here. I also added a boulder. That's a nice boulder, just for a little decor. Now we get to test it. The thing that everybody loves to do is testing. So I am ready to go. If I step in here, I should be launched, I hope, maybe 100 blocks vertically. If all 6 go off, 8, I meant 8. If all 8 go off simultaneously, and hopefully that's enough elevation to get us high enough to get up and over the hill without using rockets. Let's go. Oh, baby. We are so much higher than I thought. That's fantastic. Okay, so now we have a new way of getting over to the CraftUs or the Among Us game. And, well, it was just as fun as I remember. Now, perfect. Nailed it. I think I am ready to move on and do some other schematics and planning. I think I have another matching train car, like E's boxcar house. I think I want to add a regular boxcar house somewhere over here, up along this border here, that is very similar to her build. The only difference is it's going to be right side round. It's going to be wheels down instead of wheels up. And I think it'll look really good along that back wall. It'll be another game of sorts, or maybe some sort of, it could just be purely cosmetic, but I think, you know, having one tipped over boxcar just isn't enough. So I think we need another one, and we also need to fill these big open areas with stuff that includes trees and foliage and fencing and perimeters and stuff. But definitely more buildings is going to help obscure sightlines so people don't see the act of somebody killing if they're the imposter. So yeah, I've got some things I need to lay out. I need to get some wool and do some workshopping. I got a train I need to get together. I think next time I'm going to, or before next time, or next time, we will get this train built here. I think that's going to be a big sell point, is getting the locomotive done, the coal train, the engine itself. So I've got some planning to do and a whole bunch more terraforming and redstoning and all that jazz. So maybe we'll do a live stream. Let me know if you guys want to see a live stream. Leave it in the comments below. But I think this is going to wrap up today's episode. I got more done than anticipated, just because I've been experiencing a little bit of burnout with the amount of terraforming and building that this game has consumed in my life. Maybe next season, the next game we build will be smaller, something smaller and more manageable. But without further ado, thank you guys for joining me again on the CraftWorks server. It's been a thrill, and I cannot wait to get this done. I did tell myself that I'd get this done by April 1st, and that's closing in real quick, so probably not, but I'm going to do my best. If anything, it'll be the end of April, mid to end of April, and I'll finally be able to hang out with all the crafters and play CraftUs. Thanks for joining me. Stay crafty, stay courageous, and as always, stay beautiful. Bye.